My question is for the Premier. On October 3rd, my leader and I visited Yes I Can Nursery School, which provides unique programs for children with autism. We heard from the school that they will no longer receive funding from the government and have called on the government to restore their funding. Both my leader and I have repeatedly called on the government to reverse this cut.
Hear, hear.
I understand the Minister of Education has finally agreed to meet with Yes I Can. Will the government be offering sustainable funding for Yes I Can at this meeting?
Good question.
Associate Minister of Education, Early Years and Childcare.
Associate Minister.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, and thank you so much for that question. You know, I want to point out that our government is proud of the initiatives that we are undertaking to give children the best start in life, and we are definitely committed to the early years of a child's life. We want to make sure that everyday life is easier for our children and for families across Ontario. That's why we're moving forward with 100,000 new spaces over the next 5 years. Let me talk a little bit about Yes I Can and the funding that they've been receiving over the last few years. We have been supporting them through the municipalities fund that goes to the City of Toronto. However, they did get one-time transitional funding to help them come up with a sustainable plan when it comes to finances. But their funding was one-time transitional funding in order to allow them to develop an adequate and sustainable financial position, and that funding is over with.
Thank you. Supplementary.
You know, the reality is, if this funding is not restored, they have two choices. They will eliminate the program, or they will ask parents who have children with special needs to pay more.
Shame.
Which is it, Minister? Are you asking parents to pay more simply because their child has a special need, or do you want this program shut down?
Chief Government.
That is the answer.
Thank you. Minister.
Thank you very much for that question. And again, we do fund childcare in this province, but we do it through a very strict set of rules. Here's what we're doing. We're moving more than $1 billion a year towards childcare funding. That funding moves. Thank you. That funding moves to municipalities, and what that means essentially in this instance is there is funding and sustainable funding that is going to the Yes I Can nursery school at $300,000 of funding. If that community feels, and if the parents there feel that isn't enough, and if the daycare and nursery feels it isn't enough, they should be having that conversation with their municipality and also with the local managers who are making those decisions. What I can tell you is that they have been receiving the funding. They will be receiving the funding over the next year, $300,000.
Final supplementary.
This government has been attacking families of children with autism for years. You've taken them to court.
Shame.
You've threatened to cut their children off IVF.
Start the clock. First to the chair. To the chair, please, and come to order. Thank you.
Speaker, the government doesn't want to hear this, but it is the reality on the ground in Ontario if you have a child with autism. They've threatened to kick their children off the IBI waitlist. Will the Premier finally show some support to families with children and reinstate sustainable funding to Yes I Can Nursery School?
Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Thank you. Associate Minister.
I want to get back to the fact that, yes, we have doubled the funding to over $1 billion a year. We provide funding to the City of Toronto, who then funds a number of local childcare programs, including Yes I Can Nursery School at $300,000. We know that Yes I Can Nursery provides valuable services to families. There is a meeting set up on October 31st with officials to discuss the plan and the way forward. Our past support to Yes I Can Nursery School was one-time transitional funding. We encourage Yes I Can Nursery School to continue to work with its local municipality to continue its great service across the GTA. Our government is committed to ensuring that every child has access to the supports they need to succeed, including students here at Yes I Can Nursery School. Thank you very much.